as newspapers may have cut back in some of the coverage, we've seen a lot of online media develop, a lot of blogs, for instance. There's a blog called SCOTUS blog that a lot of people who are Supreme Court junkies read all the time. I hear even some justices occasionally look at that blog. Do you see, what's the role you see for online journalism? Should bloggers be accredited to the court and have the same access that newspaper and broadcast journalists have?
I don't know how many there are. I guess they'll be responsible bloggers eventually, won't they? How do the journalists, how do they decide among the journalists?
Well, right now the Supreme Court...
I mean, we might be able to say bloggers of a certain size could do it. Discover that you won't be besieged with requests. I guess a seat problem, or what is it? I mean, I have no insight into this. I had a great law professor named Ben Kaplan, and years ago he was taught procedure. He was really one of the great geniuses, and everybody loved him. And he was at the beginning of this. He was interested in computers at the very years ago, and people proposed these rather weird scenarios, many of which have come about. And he said, well, how will people find the information? I mean, there'll be too much. That was a question that was asked in the 1970s. How will they find it? There's just too much. They can't go through everything. And he came up with the word that has stuck in my mind since, and you ought to know it for sure. It's called editors. He said there will be editors. He said, and the editor will have a name or a symbol, and people will come to learn as they learn with other brands who are the editors, whom we respect, and who we're willing to invoke their time and not ours. And so we choose the newspaper we want, even online, because there they are, a brand name that reflects a group of editors who will tell us that we're more likely to get the kinds of things we want to read. I mean, that's what happens, isn't it? You can have 5 zillion blogs, but nobody's going to read 5 zillion blogs.